Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. Today, we're going to be getting into what's the hot gossip on you right now. We're going to try to dig real deep and see what people are kind of saying about you. Or this could even be spirit coming through, or just everybody's what I just heard. Everybody coming through. So let's see what the hot gossip, what the tea is on you guys. I'm hearing it's piping hot. So something could be going on in your life right now where things are quite, dramatic, or I'm hearing dramatic, or dramatic things are coming in is kind of what I got from that. So let's see what comes through. So if this reading is coming through and you're kind of like, my life isn't this poppin', these things aren't happening, they're going to be happening. Things are going to be coming in soon. And that's kind of like spirit, like whispering, like, hey, things are about to get juicy, So let's get into it. Please, spirit, what is the hot gossip on our group ones right now? What is going on? What is the hot goss? What's the tea? What's the sitch? Maybe some of you are spies or spying on someone right now, because what's the sitch made me think of Kim Possible, and she's a spy. So, okay, that could be coming through for somebody there. But these two cards came out first. We have the Eight of Cups. Ooh. And we have the King of Cups. Oh, so you're in the process of walking away from someone you were heavily emotionally attached to. Okay, because they just weren't giving you what you wanted or needed here with the King of Cups, and then we have the Eight of Cups. This is what you wanted them to be, and they weren't that, so you had to leave. Okay, I'm kind of getting you were seeing the potential more so than who they actually were or what they were showing up as. Okay, and then after that, definitely confirmed with the Two of Swords. That's about making a decision and having to figure out where you're gonna go next. Okay. And then we have the Two of Coins. Yeah, and this is something you were definitely going back and forth with. You weren't sure or set on an answer until just recently, or maybe you're currently in the process of deciding to move on from someone once and for all. Okay, because I don't know why that message just came through, but there's a reason. And just these cards together are giving me that very much. So these two came out together, which is twos, and twos are choices. So you're currently in the decision, or you're currently in the decision is crazy. You're currently in the process of making an important decision in your life, okay? This could have to do with you spending more time at work, right? And not so much focus on love or, friends or whatever. Or this is you just having more fun and not spending so much time at work, right? Maybe some of you are trying to work less, okay? What is that noise? Please. Anywho, the King of Cups is a Scorpio energy. So this could be a Scorpio you're trying to move on from, or someone with Scorpio tendencies or Scorpio placements, okay? So very much hard to get close to, emotionally closed off most of the time. They're just a mess and a half. But they feel very deeply, of course. They're very emotionally mature, but it's just hard if you get close to them. And there could have been like a lot of noise in the background, because I'm hearing birds and I'm hearing some other sound outside that wasn't present before I started your reading. So there could be a bunch of background noise, or the connection just got too loud and too chaotic and drama filled, like the energy that was coming through in the beginning of the reading, and you kind of just said, nah, I'm gonna head out. Like distraction, white noise is kind of the energy coming through. But is a white noise supposed to be peaceful, right? Or maybe white noise in the fact that things got just boring, right? Humdrum is kind of what I'm getting as well. Let's see what else is coming through. What's the gossip on you? But the Eight of Cups is walking away from something that was just mediocre, something that was meh, something that wasn't really lighting your fire or doing anything for you. It's just something you got complacent with, So the Eight of Cups can represent moving out of complacency. Are you guys hearing that noise? Is that a drone or something? And it's just getting louder and louder. That is so interesting. See, it just went away. Now it's quiet. And it's about to come back. As soon as I start your reading, every time it starts getting loud. That's interesting. There's something here about noise, background noise, white noise, something like that. Some of you could be listening to a white noise machine right now. I don't know. But it's getting weird around here. Like, it kind of sounds like I've never really heard a drone, but it sounds like a alien spaceship kind of energy. That could be a thing coming through as well. Maybe you could feel like you don't know this person anymore. You kind of feel like a stranger in your connection with this person, or just you could feel like a stranger in your body, That could be coming through as well. Here we have the Star. Interesting. The Star came out in reverse. So maybe you lost inspiration for life, or yeah, it's kind of like life is humdrum. You kind of got stuck in this like I said, complacency earlier. You got stuck in a complacent place, in a connection, in love, in life, at work, with your friends, and it kind of feels like you've lost like inspiration or hope or faith, you know? And that's something that's like what's going on with you right now. Because with the Two of Cups, I'm not Two of Cups, sorry, the Two of Pentacles, I'm being called. Two of Cups is like love and relationships, so that's my confirmation, I feel like. But the way the clouds is in front of his face, like in front of his eyes, is clouding judgment. So there could be something here about cloudy judgment. That's something you're moving on from or something you're in the thick of, which is why things seem to be very drama-filled or loud around you, and you're trying to find some semblance of balance, you know? Because the twos are all about balance, especially the Two of Coins, right? You're stuck in the middle, and you can either go this way or that way. It's giving the scales. You could either choose this thing or that thing, right? But the Two of Coins specifically is finding balance in your everyday life. So that's something like on the side you're doing, and that's the gossip on you right now. But it's kind of like you're constantly going back and forth, up and down, not being able to make a decision that needs to be made, right? There could be something here about you holding on to hope or you've lost hope, okay? Take a resonance for you because the Star card came out in reverse, but these cards are too cute to be in reverse, you know? And then we have the Three of Wands. Okay, yeah. I'm hearing a new, something of action. New horizons. New ideas. This could be like in work. Maybe you're like bored in work. You're trying to find inspiration. And it's funny because I was just thinking the same exact thing before I started your reading. I'm like, I don't even know what kind of topics to do anymore. I feel like I've done everything. And I'm like, I need to do a poll to see what you guys want to see, because I'm just like so like tapped out. Like I don't have any ideas like what to do. But then as soon as I say that, when I'm thinking about a topic before a reading, Spirit always comes through and like whispers something in my ear. I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, we'll do that. But it's just I always have like ideas backed up for days, and I have so many ideas in my notes. Nothing is calling to me. So it's kind of feeling like that in your life. Like things are like, you know, going as usual, right? According to plan, whatever. But it's like just for some reason, things seem to have lost their glimmer, their glow, their sparkle, their shine. And it kind of seems like you're going through the motions, which is the Eight of Cups. And that's something you're trying to get out of right now, okay? But yeah, the Three of Wands is like setting a course of action and moving towards that. So you made plans. Now it's time for you to enact those plans. You said you're going to do something. Now it's time for you to do it. So you could have been having a conversation with yourself, with your friends, with your journal, with spirit, your ancestors, spirit guides, God, okay? And you were like, okay, it's time for me to make a change. Tomorrow, I'm going to get up and do this, and that. And that's something you could have been like stalling, right? Hammond and Han not really doing it. And now the gossip on you is you're doing those things you said you were going to do, right? You're no more up and down, dibbling and dabbling. Now you're fully going and doing the thing, the Three of Wands, okay? So people are seeing you make actions and not just talking, you know? Interesting. Either way, you're leaving something behind and moving towards something better. And a lot of decisions need to be made with all these twos coming through. Then we have a three. So decisions, I'm hearing decisions are happening over dinner. Two Virginians and an immigrant walk into a room diametrically opposed foes. There could be a meeting you're like preparing for, right? But basically that part of Hamilton is when Hamilton is trying to convince, who is he trying to convince? He's trying to convince Jefferson and Madison, James Madison, to move the, no, what did he say? Domestically opposed foes. Doors that were previously closed, foes. One leaves with unprecedented financial power, something he can shape and choose however he wants. And the other ones leave with the state capital. But here's the PS de resistance. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. So maybe you're going into an important meeting at work and you're trying to like negotiate something you really want. And basically, if you're Hamilton in this instance, you come out with what you want, and the other two people who go in wanting what they want come up with what they want as well, but you end up getting a bigger piece of the prize. You know what I mean? You kind of, I don't want to say, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I'm not saying you kind of cheat them, but they end up getting what they want, but you end up getting the better deal. You know what I mean? That's what's coming through. So there could be a meeting you're definitely preparing for, where you want a lot of different things. You're going to demand a lot of different things. This could be a meeting between a lover, right? Or work. You know what I mean? Or just your I'm here like brainstorming with people to figure out what you're going to be doing. You know what I mean? Like a business meeting where you come together to discuss what we want to happen next quarter, da 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 da. And the people who come to the meeting have what they want, you know, not have what they want, but they have ideas of what they want, you know? They know what they want, I should say. There we go. And then you know what you want, and then you guys end up both getting what you want, right? So a mutual decision, but you end up coming out with more power, you know? And that's something that's coming through here with the star. There's something you're hoping and wishing for that I feel like you're going to be getting, because like the Three of Wands, this movement forward. It's not you being in the decision phase. No, it's you actually moving forward with something, right? So I feel like I'm over-explaining things. But it's either a meeting you're going to have with someone or at work that's going to like set the course for this new phase in your life. You know what I mean? Where you're making more money, you are, you know, incorporating more of your ideas in what you want to do at work kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm getting here with this. And then there's also connection you're moving on from. So things kind of feel a little hectic right now because you're dealing with, you know, the after effects of breaking up with somebody, but then you're also like, you know, more so focused on your career. Like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. I just saw 11 that's my confirmation. Like things are happening. Like I said, decisions are happening over dinner. So maybe you're gonna have dinner with somebody soon, right? Or you did have dinner with someone and you're kind of like, I'm getting debriefing a friend or somebody, or even yourself in a journal, right? You're debriefing what happened in that conversation, like kind of like releasing it once and for all, and then finally being able to move forward. I'm hearing closure. So maybe some of you are getting closure. That's the gossip on you right now. Then we have judgment. Yes, there's something that happened, guys. I don't know what it is. Let me know in the comments. I'm nosy. Y'all know. Something happened, and like there's like a fresh awakening. There's a fresh start coming, because judgment is like the beginning after the end. Okay, like you die, it's over, and then you are awoken again. You know, so kind of like resurrection things, right? So it kind of feels like, oh, what is that noise? It kind of feels like you're gonna wake up and it's gonna be like a brand new day, brand new life, brand new feeling kind of energy. Interesting. But Athena is kind of like the goddess of like battle and strategy and smarts and wits and intelligence. You know, a lot of people would come to her and petition her when they were going to war or when they needed like a battle strategy to win a war kind of energy. And that is you're coming up with a strategy to win something. And I kind of feel like you either have won it already, right? And that's the gossip, right? Or you're going to, and that's also the gossip. Like, yeah, this person's preparing for this big meeting between her and the higher up. She's gonna ask for a raise and she's not sure how it's gonna turn out. And you know, and then it ends up turning out great for you. And that's the gossip. You're either upcoming to a meeting or coming to a meeting, or the meeting has already happened and people are like, oh yeah, look at her, she did that, right? And now she's moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky, right? Some of you could also be moving somewhere. Three of Wands does talk about like movement, you know? You said, I'm moving to this new place. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna put an application in, and now you're moving to that thing because all those steps have been handled, right? What is the gossip on group 1, please, Spirit? We have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups like always gives me like childhood. So there could be something here about putting away childish things, is what I just heard. That's like a scripture from the Bible where they're like, God says or Jesus says when we are adults or when we grow up, it's time for us to put away childish things kind of energy. So maybe you are becoming more independent or you're becoming more mature, right? King of Cups is the master of his emotions. Maybe you become someone who's kind of like stone cold Steve Austin. I really don't even know who that guy is, but he like, I feel like that's just like a, how can I even describe it? A pop culture reference that everyone knows who Stone Cold Steve Austin is. So I don't know that man from a hole in the wall, but I've heard often enough. Like that is so interesting. That has to be a drone. I've never heard a drone, but it keeps like popping up. Have you guys heard that noise before? I kind of feel like I'm about to be abducted or something. Let me know if you've heard that sound before, because I don't know what that is. And I can't see out the window to like, and there's trees in the way. So it's kind of like, distractions could be a thing for you guys. Something keeps coming in or someone keeps coming to distract you right when you're on the cusp of greatness, right? That can be what people are saying about you behind your back. Like, oh, as soon as you're ready to like move ahead or grow, this person comes back and drags you down and you allow them to, right? Or they're just saying, girl, like whenever you're ready to like make moves in life, Spirit sends this person a lesson and you always fold every single time. No, this time we're going to be overcoming with the 8 of Cups. You're moving forward and not letting a thing a person, a place hold you back, okay? But the Six of Cups, yeah, someone you were quite fond of, someone from your past. It's like the person I feel like you're letting go of, because it's coming out to clarify the King of Cups. The Six of Cups is like nostalgia, childhood, the past, you know, things that we're comfortable with. So this is a relationship or a person you're comfortable with, and they're coming back, and people are like, nah, let that person go. Because every time you're like on the, like I said, verge of greatness, here this person comes as a test, and because you always accept them back, that's when you get, you know, backtracked, because Spirit's like, yeah, let's send this person back in to see if they've grown. And every single time you take them back, you're stuck in the Eight of Cups when you really want the Nine of Cups. And Spirit's like, you say you want the Nine of Cups, but you're still doing the same thing that you 5 years ago were doing. You're not learning from the lesson. That's kind of the gossip coming through as well. So there's a specific person, I feel like I said, that always comes back around whenever you're like on the cusp of greatness to like test you, and you always fail. Because Judgment is that kind of energy. Judgment is the test. Wow. You're about to be tested. That's what it is. A meeting, a test, something where it's like you're either going to move forward or stay stuck. That is so interesting. Yeah, Judgment is a test. Oh my. Yeah, that's the gossip. You're about to get tested. And you're either going to stay in this Eight of Cups or move towards your wish, which is the next step after this test. Wow. I think you've awoken finally to realize that, hey, you know, this is not for me, you know, and that's also something coming through as well. Here we have the Queen of Swords. That's discernment. Yeah, you have realized that you tend to maybe sabotage, or you're the only person holding yourself back, and that's something you're going to be learning. This is so interesting. I like this reading a lot of awareness, discernment, clarity. I'm hearing foresight, things like that. You're finally seeing the bigger picture and seeing why things happened the way they did. Because you're coming to some realization. The Judgment card is also that. So realization is a test. It's like to see if you're ready to move forward. Because after Judgment is the world. So you take this test, and then there's freedom on the other side of that test, right? So yeah, freedom, which comes true accomplishment, all those things. So interesting. Some of you could just be studying for a test, okay? And this test is going to decide if you either move forward in school or move to the next level, or you stay behind, right? You know, with the Queen of Swords, you're studying, you're learning, you're being observant, you're intaking information, hoarding it, if you will, or studying for something, or you have been studying for something. But like next level, moving to another level is coming through. Like I'm seeing it like a video game instance. Here we have the Ace of Coins. Yeah, look at that. As soon as you make a decision after all this contemplation here with the Queen of Swords, you've come to a realization, you've made the decision, and after that is that new beginning we were talking about after the test. Interesting. So a new job, more money, a raise, right? For some of you, this is like beliefs that are holding you back, because I'm seeing the Eight of Swords whenever I look at the Queen of Swords as well. So it's kind of giving me the thoughts that are holding you back and making you think, like, it's like lack mentality. So because you grew up poor or something, you think you're always supposed to be that way, and that's the mentality you're always stuck in. I can't afford that, I can't have that. No matter how much money you make, you're always in this energy of I can't buy this, I can't buy that. You're always constantly going back and forth when it comes to money and material things and material wealth. And Spirit is like, why can't you just believe that you deserve this kind of money? Once you believe that, once you believe you're the master of the universe and you say what happens in your life, you have a say, right? Once you realize that and start walking and talking like that, then the things will start coming to you, okay? But if you're saying I want to be a millionaire but still thinking like someone who's broke, right? There's a discrepancy there. It's not adding up, right? So there's something here about you studying more, you like mind over matter kind of energy. You're using your knowledge and the things you're learning, and you're implementing them into your life and making the money come to you. You see what I mean? Because the Two of Coins can like be 1 second you believe you're going to be rich, the next minute, oh, I don't know about that. Like there's something here about there's going to be like a merging, a mind meld of what you believe and what your reality is, right? So you've been believing you're going to be rich one day, but it hasn't happened. There's something here that's going to be like a mind meld when it comes to those two things, and it's going to happen at that point, right? Because I don't know, the way he's holding this coin, it's kind of like giving Thanos, for whatever reason, to me, where he becomes the master of the universe literally when he ends up having all the Infinity Stones. He can do whatever he wants. And in his case, he ended up disappearing half the universe. But in your case, I would hope you should be more responsible with this newfound powers of yours. So it's like you say something and it appears. You know, that's the kind of energy coming through. And then here we have the Five of Wands. Come here. Clarifying the Two of Wands. That's what I was saying. You're constantly fighting with that back and forth energy. Like, yeah, I do want this and I do want that. Or I have moved on from them. But when they come back, you go back to them. Or I do want this, but your actions are saying you don't want that. Like, you get what I'm saying? You know, like, I can't explain it any simpler than you want to be rich, and that's the energy you're trying to step into. But every single time it comes time to build something or buy something or make something or give your money away, you're kind of holding on to it. People who are rich, you're not holding on to their money. They're not, you know, Four of Pentacles. They don't want to let go. They're too, you know, stubborn and set in their ways. Like, if you want change, you have to change who you are. You have to kind of grow. And if you're not changing but wanting a new life, it's not going to happen. That's not how it works, right? Or if you're saying, I want to be rich and have all this money, but you're not believing and stepping into the energy of having that thing, it's not going to happen. That's a teeter-totter, the back and forth, the up and down kind of energy. And that's what you're trying to fight and overcome. And because it's coming out under the Two of Pentacles, it's giving me is money mentality, money thoughts. Okay, so it is definitely giving me you're going to be getting a raise or more money is going to be coming into your life. And it's because you're finally believing, okay, not just seeing, you're believing before you're seeing it. And because you're believing it, it's coming to you. You're going to be able to see it too. Hope that makes sense. We have a Nine of Swords, yeah. In reverse, though, there is something here about you not believing this thing is coming, because the Star card is about hope, it's about faith, it's about renewal, things like turning out better than you expected. But it's like the fact that it was coming out in reverse, and like there's a loss of inspiration, a loss of sparkle, your life is dull. And then we have this Nine of Swords here. There's an energy here of you, how can I even say it? The end of that emotional and mental turbulence, because we have the Nine of Swords, and that is about mind. That's anxiety. You can't sleep because you're constantly worried about something that you want so badly. And it's like, not worrying does not help the thing come in faster. It's something I've been seeing quite a lot on social media. Anxiety doesn't help the thing come in any quicker. It just delays the process because you start thinking it's not coming. And that's when that thought starts matching your reality, or your reality starts matching that thought, you know? But yeah, the time for overthinking and not being able to sleep, and the Nine of Swords here in this deck is phobos. So it's phobias, things you're scared of happening. It's the things that are plaguing you. And I'm glad that it came out in reverse, because there's something here about a wish of yours that you think is not coming in, but it is coming in. And that thought and that doubt that is coming in is what's making it take longer, delay. What is the gossip? We have the Six of Coins. Look at that. But once you move forward fearless, that's when the generosity comes in. That's when the money comes in. The Six of Pentacles is an energy of you not having to work for the money. It's just coming to you, you know, people being generous with you, right? And it's because you're finally believing, hey, I'm worthy of good things. And good things come to you. If you're calm to like, oh, it's not coming, I don't think it's coming, it's taking forever, then there's delays in your thoughts. I feel like the gossip on you is your thoughts are like taking a turn for the better, right? You're leaving behind those negative, nasty thoughts, right? And because of that, your reality is like slowly shifting around you. And like I was saying, if things don't seem to be like popping off right now, it's coming soon. That was the first message we got for your reading. Okay, what is the hot gossip on group 1, please? We have the Six of Swords. Healing, movement forward. The worst days are over. They're behind you, is the Six of Swords energy. The worst is behind you. You're stepping into a new reality. You're stepping into a new regime is what I'm hearing. You're stepping into a new timeline, because the Six of Swords and the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot is someone in a boat moving on from rocky, choppy waters into more smooth waters. So things that were like I said, you weren't believing it was happening or it was causing you trouble, like those things like in your past now. The choppy waters are behind you and you're moving forward into, you know, greener, happier, more abundant pastures, right? Move these over a little more. So very interesting. That's the gossip on you. Very beautiful. It's a message of overcoming, leaving a person in the past, leaving a thought in the past, leaving a thing in the past, maybe leaving a job in the past. I do believe the Six of Swords represents like physical movement as well. So some of you could be actually moving, and that's the gossip on you as well. People are like, oh yeah, look at her, she moved. Look at them, they moved into this new place. Like there's something about that coming through. Three of Wands, Six of Swords, movement. The Star, a wish coming true. You moving on from the Eight of Cups. The next tier up from the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups, which is a wish. Judgment, a test. If you pass this test, then you're moving. Literally, that's the gossip on you right there. And I feel like besides the whole you're moving on from like a person, The King of Cups is you finally being in control of your emotional well-being. And I feel like once you regulate and you're in control of your emotions, that's when you're able to manifest things better, you know? That's also a message coming through for real. Because the King of Cups is fully in control. You never know when he's sad, when he's glad, because he's so in control, the master of his emotions, that you will never be able to tell how he's truly feeling, which can be a good thing and a bad thing, right? But I think in your case, it's becoming a good thing, because I think there's something from the past that was holding you back, which is like I was saying, childhood, a past connection, whatever. The Cups is all about memories, and memories kind of make you think, oh, I used to be broke, right? Let me stop. That sounds bad. But, you know what I mean? Like, you grew up a certain kind of way, and because you grew up that way, you think that's going to be your reality forever, but you're slowly but surely moving into a new reality, and those thoughts are shifting as you move into this reality, and you're no longer thinking, why am I hearing freaking Meek Mill? I used to pray for times like this. Like, literally, that song's about him, like, talking about, I used to ride like this, to shine like this. Like, he's basically talking about his come up, like, and how he used to ride and pray for times like this in the past, right? So that means he came from a background that where there wasn't no money, as we all know, because he's a rapper that came from the ghetto, and he made some money. Now he has some fun to his life, right? And the song's about the come up for him. And the Six of Cups is you thinking back to all those times when you didn't have money. And I'm also hearing Biggie's song, because like I used to shout out to all the people who would call the police, you know, when I was just trying to make some money to my daughter, kind of energy. It's all good, baby, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Like, that song was coming through. Okay, I'm trying to remember the name of that one. I always get that one and another one mixed up, but it doesn't matter. That's what is coming through here. I used to pray for times like this. And here's shout out to all the people who used to, you know, call the police on me when I was just trying to make money through my daughter, you know? It's all good, baby, baby. And now it's all good, you know? And it was all a dream. Now it was his reality. You see what I'm talking about? Anyway, that's what's coming through. But he's like reminiscing on the times when people was calling the police on him. He's like, he didn't like, birthdays was the worst days. Now he sips champagne when he's Thursdays, okay? He's like, damn right, I like the life I live, because I went from negative to positive, and it's all good. And if you don't know, now you know, okay? Basically, talking about the come up. Like I said, once again, another song about that is coming through. That's the gossip on you. You're going through a come up, and things are getting really good, and people are seeing how, or spirit, yourself, you're seeing how you left behind all these negative, you know, thoughts and processes and emotions in the past, right? And you were just so stuck and reminiscing on them all the time. You didn't really have any control over how you felt, because it would bring anxiety, and it would bring sleepless nights, and you weren't able to regulate your emotions. And that's the first process of manifestations that I keep hearing and seeing, right? That's the first step, regulating your nervous system. Because if you're always acting or existing in the nervous system of the past you're going to keep having past you's experiences. But now when you start regulating your nervous system to the future you and who you want to be, that's when you start manifesting the things the future you wants or has. You see? Yeah, the message is coming through. Okay, let's get some cards from this deck here to see what else we can get. So you're leaving the past behind. You're finally getting some kind of autonomy from your past. Your past self, the people from your past. Like I said, all those things are coming through. The gossip on you guys. Ocean, distance and journey. Look at that. You're moving or something. There's going to be a journey here. Here we have success and pride. So you're going to be crowned for something. This is definitely giving me a raise. Something like you're going to be living a life that younger you is going to be proud of. What's the gossip on group 1, please? Rumba, please. And look, I was talking about the scales and they came through. Justice and documents. This is giving me meetings and signing documents, signing leases, signing agreements is coming through. So there is something here about a meeting that you're like maybe not seeing coming yet, or you're preparing for, and that meeting's that you're gonna come out the victor. Okay. Then we have Whale, Wisdom Keeper. That is like in alignment, I feel like, with the King of Cups. So we'll put that over there. The King of Cups like feels things coming, you know, and he doesn't worry about them coming because he knows he can handle whatever is in his future, okay? And here we have the anchor. Look at that, stability and security. This is the anchor, no longer feeling adrift in that 6 of Swords before energy, where things are kind of choppy and, you know, up and down, which is that. And it's funny. It's a little bit funny this feeling inside. What song is that? And you can tell everybody this is your song. It might be quite simple, but now that you're gone, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I wrote down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. Anyway, it's funny how in the Two of Coins, there is a guy juggling and going foot to foot, but behind him is the waves going up and down. I just got an image of that when I was thinking about this. So there's something here about, yeah, the emotions up and down, riding the wave. No more riding the wave. I mean, technically no more riding the wave, but you are no more being lost in the wave. You're going to be riding the wave like a surfer, okay? So I'm like, wait, that can be taken in two ways. Anywho, then we have gate, opportunities, home. What did I say? You're moving. Look at that. And then we have teeth, control and change. You're letting go of this control we were talking about earlier and allowing things to change around you, okay? The person who is living in a scarcity mindset is, I can't spend any money because I'm never going to get it again. Someone who's like allowing things to happen. If I spend this money, I'm going to get it back tenfold, right? That's the takeaway. That's the shift that's happening, right? You're no longer saying, if I hold on to this freaking person, if we're taking it in a relationship standpoint, if I hold on to this person, I may never get someone again. That's scarcity mindset, lack mindset. Leave that person alone and better will come. Maybe you guys are attracting a King of Cups as well, because you're letting a King of Cups go, or whatever you want that to mean for you, right? But it's definitely giving the control part. You want to control everything. What if I never get money again? I can't spend this money. Spend it, it's going to come back. Ooh, I can't let this person go. I'm going to be lonely. What if I never meet anyone again? That's scarcity mindset. Someone better's coming. Don't piss me off, okay? There you go. That's the energy coming through for y'all. Let's get a rune before we end the reading. Let's get a rune for you guys. Overall energy, what is the gossip on group 1, please, Spirit? What's going on? Spirit's like, this new opportunity, this new gate is being opened to you. A new home is being provided for you. As long as you stop worrying, this will let things come. Ride the wave. I want to ride the wave. We have 𝐓𝐻𝐿𝐻, or 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐿𝐄𝐒𝐓. That's the E, right? Or is that a F? I don't freaking know. Y'all see the blasted card. It's a black cat. And then we have a black crow and Zeus. So there can be something here about black animals. If you see black cats and you see crows, that's a message is coming. Those are signs to look out for, is what I just heard. Let's get to the runes. 𝐓𝐻𝐿𝐻 is the cat, 26. So the keywords are magic, liberation, rebirth, spiritual awakening, protection, the freaking judgment card. You're going through a rebirth and a spiritual awakening. It's kind of like I said, as soon as you start realizing that you being in this new energy is giving you new things, you're going to stem the energy and you're going to evolve. And the Queen of Swords is quick on her feet. She's learning as she goes. So as you're learning as you go, that's something that's coming through as well. But as soon as you realize, oh, this method right here is working, me not worrying about things, letting them happen as they're meant to, is what is bringing me this thing in. Because you constantly holding on to something in fear of you're gonna lose it. That's lack mentality. You're kind of like, that never really worked for me. Let it go and it'll come back to you, or let it go and it'll come in. Let the thought go, you know? Okay, so the bright-eyed little black kitten is wise beyond his years, and we have a wisdom keeper, so that's coming through again. As he holds the wisdom of many lives. Like Tarot's death card, black cats are often erroneously viewed with fear. But this kitten knows the beauty of transformation. With every new life, he moves closer to enlightenment. That's beautiful. 𝐓𝐻𝐿𝐻 has both a serious nature, the light, swift energy of renewal. Has both a serious nature and the light, swift energy of renewal. A rune representing the mysteries of life and death. Wow. Like I was saying with that rebirth energy coming through there. 𝐓𝐻𝐿𝐻 speaks of things timeless, eternal, and immortal. It deals with our initiations, the mysteries of life, and it brings a message that there will be testing and transformation. Wisdom keeper, King of Cups. He sees things coming, he feels things coming, but like I said, he's not stressing over. He's going to let it happen, and knowing that when it does come, he can deal with it. Boom. That's the message right there. It is a symbol of death and rebirth. And then the next one is 𝐴nSUS. 𝐴nSUS. The raven. Now that it's done. The highly intelligent raven is always alert, and like the god Odin's ravens, Hugin and Munin, thought and memory, who are his eyes and ears out in the world. He is always collecting information, flying high. That's what I was saying about the freaking Queen of Swords, exactly. Okay, it's kind of like you see things coming and you process it as it's coming. So you're, you know, thinking on your feet, acting, you're quick on your feet as you're coming through. Anywho, flying high, he has a clear sight overall. You can hear him calling out as he passes on messages of both good news and a warning. And you know what I'm getting? Now that that noise is coming back around, I'm hearing it again. It can kind of sound like a bunch of birds together. So ravens are going to be very significant here. That is like the things that are happening around you, like coming in fast, right? Like I said, if you start seeing birds and hearing them, that's definitely an indicator, because birds were very like loud during your reading too, okay? But yeah, you can hear him calling out as he passes on messages of both good news and a warning, okay? Ansus is the rune of Odin, of the divine breath of all creation, and is also called the messenger rune. In the reading, it brings a message of divine inspiration, creation, formation, and transformation, that word coming through again. And that's the star energy right there. Inspiration, creation, and formation, okay? Creation is definitely giving the Ace of Pentacles that was coming through for you guys as well. So new money, monetary, like, opportunities, or be able to afford something you've been wanting for a long time. It indicates the strong presence of your ancestors and that they were coming through an ancestral line. Ansus represents the arrival of a revelation or insight. Language with all its uses and power essential to this rune. So languages can be a thing as well. Something coming from overseas, or having to encrypt something or decode it could also be a thing as well, or translate it could be something coming through as well. The keywords are communication, insight, divine inspiration, order, and true vision. And that was the first, or one of the first messages coming through for you guys. A conversation between you and someone, or a business meeting that will lead to more, where you get what you want and they get what you want, they want as well. So it's like a mutual beneficial connection, okay? Or I keep saying connection, or partnership, okay? Yes, beautiful. And then in the King of Cups here, we have the two doves, and doves represents like new beginnings. They release them as like a sign of hope, right? At weddings, right? They release doves because they're meant to be like a new, fresh beginning, you know, hope, purity, that kind of thing. And then also it's reminding me of how I was watching a video on social media about Michael Jackson's like trial during the early 2000s, and how for each allegation he was released on, he was committed, or he was not committed, sorry, he was acquitted, thank you, on, a lady and out on the court would release a dove every time he was like, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. It's like, you know, freedom, okay, and changes and innocence. And that was also coming through as well, you finding freedom from a connection, a person, or even just a mindset, right? That's the gossip on you guys. I hope this reading resonated. Let me know if it did. But feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever want to book a reading, you could always do that using my email in the description box below, right? If you want to join my memberships, you could also do that using the link in the description box below, right above the timestamps, okay? I hope I didn't say link for a reading. I gotta add my link tree in the in the description box, actually. That's a good reminder. But my email, for those of you who want to book a reading for now. But yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. Safety is coming, stability is coming, security is coming, success is coming. All these good things are coming. Just look out for it. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group twos. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here as always. Today's reading is going to be about what's the hot goss on you, okay? What's the hot gossip? What's the chisme? What's the tea, okay? What are people saying, thinking, you know, doing? Stop not doing. What are you doing would make more sense. And what are people saying, okay? So this could be like the 3D or in the spirit world. So just take whatever resonates. I'll definitely try to differentiate what's coming from where and who and why, right? And as I said that, I'm getting called to say there could be something you're doing in your life right now where you are differentiating between who deserves to be in your life, who needs to be there, who is like, not useful, that sounds kind of rude, but who's like helping you move further and who's kind of holding you back. That sounds better, right? So you're definitely an energy of like cutting people out, you know, taking out the weeds, the snakes in the grass, things like that. Because I had just so happened, that was a different message, but Now we're gonna go into the new message. I just so happened to look at the bottom of the deck before I started your reading, and I saw the Knight of Wands, and he looks quite intimidating, okay? And the Knight of Wands is on a war path. He is on a mission to do something, and he is not going to fail. Sometimes it means putting himself first, being a little selfish, being very impulsive, you know, but not stopping until he is like where he wants to be. And I'm hearing, keep on. What the fuck? Don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. So there's definitely an energy here of you just consuming and taking and raging and ravaging and just taking what you think you deserve. And that's just the energy here. It's kind of like a very much a me, take, mine kind of vibe, right? And that's like the gossip on you right now. You're just very much, you could be self-focused or just focus on one specific goal. Knight of Wands, like I said, is on the war path, and he's going to succeed no matter what. And then here we have the lion behind him, which is very Leo energy, which is me. You know, Leos are often called very selfish, but they do have a lot of hearts. They do have a lot of hearts. They do care. They're loyal. Big hearts, you know? So there could be an energy here of you being maybe used to being taken advantage of, and now you're on the war path to maybe get revenge on those people, for those of you who do that. For those of you who revenge is not your thing, you're just more so focused on you, very self-focused kind of person, okay? So let's get into it. Please, Spirit, that was fast. Wow. We have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, there's an energy here of you keeping your guard up and being very careful about who you let into your life, okay? So you're very vigilant right now. Seven of Wands can be putting boundaries, or you're on the defense, you're fighting for something, you're, you know, defending yourself from people who are trying to come for you, right? Which is why you would be on the war path, because you have to defend yourself against people who want to say bad things against you, or against people who want to use you and take, right? And abuse, you know? And that could be something, like I said, you're used to being the pushover, the person who always wants to help, the person with the Leo big heart, you know what I mean, who's very loyal to a T. And you found that it's not really getting you where it needs to get you. And people are kind of like, whoa, this person's like cutting everybody off, you know? Or they're very much just, you know, in their own lane. They're not really talking to anybody anymore. They're minding their business, you know? Very much giving the Patrice Roberts song, I gonna drink water and mind my business. Like, you're drinking water and minding your business. Maybe you're taking care of your physical health, because the Knight of Wands can kind of give you vitality. And in order to be in constant energy of defending yourself or keeping the enemies out, you have to have like a very strong physical upkeep. So you're taking care of your health, and then of course emotional and spiritual warfare kind of energy is coming through. So you're being very clean and cleanly spiritually wise or spiritual wise, okay? So that's what's coming through here. You're like, you people can't get past you. It seems like they can't get you to you. Like you have like a ring of fire around you, and the people who are trying to pass it, if their intentions are good, they can be let through. If their intentions are bad, they immediately get burned, right? That's the kind of energy coming through here. Maybe it could be a good and a bad thing, I feel like, because now I'm getting called to how, as you guys know, if you've been here for the past like 2-3 weeks, I've been going down the Michael Jackson rabbit hole since I saw the movie. And I'm remembering how when I was first doing my whole rabbit hole, when I was like 13, 12, and he first passed, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, just I need to know all things Michael. You know what I mean? Just to understand. People are trying to understand you is what I'm hearing as well. But anyway, back to what I was saying. They said, like, in his ending days, like, no one could get close to him. Like, his sisters, his brothers, his mother, people would be reaching out, and then the people around him would kind of, like, be cutting them out. And I feel like it's also there's freaking spiritual warfare here. There's people trying to come for you and take what you want, and it's making you defensive, I feel like. And now you don't know who is there for you and who's not there for you. It's getting paranoia. Because this example is definitely, like, the prime example. Because the people around him were trying to isolate him, I feel like. Because there's so many nods to him being taken advantage of and murdered. His death was ruled a homicide. Manslaughter, if you will. But it was by people who were close to him. Then there's like this one correlation where a bodyguard that was like his head chief of security, something, blah, 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 he has like a Muslim last name, right? He ended up going to work for Diddy like a year or a few months after, 6 months after Michael passed. And we all know the things Diddy was into. So there's an energy here of like being involved in like mobbing type energies, or like people coming for you, really like, what's the word I'm looking for? Malicious intent could be a vibe coming through here. Because I think that everyone was like, we're trying to reach out to Michael, trying to talk to him. Even in Lisa Marie Presley, one of his ex-wives, she was like towards the end, she kept reaching out to him. And even when they were married, she was reaching out to that man. The people around her would not let her through. And I'm like, why would you not I know he ain't sitting there saying, don't let her talk to me. Because even sometimes, when they said they were still very much like romantically linked even after they got a divorce. So if she's reaching out to him, that man gonna be like, oh yeah, that's my babe right there, let her through. But she was like the people around who would not let her through. And it was because she was trying to get him to wean off of the drugs that he was kind of becoming more addicted to by the day. And he was even going and telling another guy I heard that she helped him with that. They didn't like that. So they were trying to create this big wall of defense around him and keeping out his family, the people who really cared about him, away from him. And the whole time he popped out, they were protecting him, or he was protecting himself from them, when it was the people around him that were really snakes. There's a message there. Get into it, guys. That's the energy coming through for you guys. People who want to take advantage of you are like, oh my gosh, you're hard to get next to, or people that are already in your camp, in your field, are trying to keep good people and good energies out. Be careful. That's the gossip on you right now, okay? So it's going to be either or. But yeah, I'm thinking of how his sisters, Lisa Marie Presley, all the people around her were kind of like, hey, they wouldn't let us pass. Like, these people who cared about him, who had personal connections to him. Sometimes people who are working for you, they, I don't know, it was money hungry and greedy. And, of course, because his death was ruled a homicide, they were trying to get him. And he got by them because he kept pushing everybody away, or they would not let those people through. And the only people who were probably on his side were his staff. And when this big burly security guy gonna come and tell you, the staff was with him for a long time, because those security, the detail was new, was what I heard as well. I'm sitting here getting into a whole debrief. I'm so sorry, but I think it has something to do with the message. So just bear with me, right? They said he had just hired a new security team, and he couldn't trust anyone because after his original head of security, Bill Murray or Bill Bray, something like that, he passed away. He had to hire new people, and that was the perfect time for his enemies to infiltrate and give him this new security team, because you don't really know these people from a hole in the wall. And he hired them. They would keep his family away, probably even keep his kids away. And then in the 911 call to Michael, the person who's on the phone was the head of security that went to work for Diddy. It's a conspiracy. Yes, I'm getting into it, and yes, I believe it because I have discernment and I know it's true. Okay. But anyway, that's the kind of energy coming through here. People are kind of like you're hard to get close to, or people around you trying to keep new energies out. Take what resonates for you, okay? But the Knight of Wands is very much giving you on the warpath. So maybe you've been picking up on the energy and you've been cutting out people around you. They don't like that, right? Because they were so close to you. The thing about the Seven of Wands, if you see it in the original Rider-Waite Tarot, it's a guy with one wand batting off people with 6 wands coming against him. And 6 of Wands in the tarot is like you being like, people seeing you. You're very visible, you're popular, you're on the stage, you know what I mean? So there's something here about people mad because you're getting a lot of attention. Now they're trying to send in the reinforcements to kind of bring you down, but that's making you raise your hackles a little bit. So that's the kind of energy coming through here for you guys, right? 6 against 1, but you're holding your own. But you think the whole time that, oh yeah, these people are riding for me, they're supporting me, the whole time trying to take you down from the inside out, I think. So just be careful, guys. Jesus, what's the hot gossip on them? We have the 8 of Swords. Look at that, you're trapped. Exactly what the bumbles are saying. Guys, be careful. The gossip on you, people are trying to trap you. They can't get close to you, or there are people in your camp who are against you, and you need to watch out for them, okay? Those are the 3 messages coming through. You should know which one is for you. If you need a personal reading, I'm available for those, but there's an energy here of people trying to get at you, and you're not making it easy for them. Okay, and you're actively cutting people out. You're taking out the weeds. Like I said, the snakes in the grass, witchcraft and stuff. There could be some witchcraft coming against you because we have Medusa here. And Medusa was known for being very scary, but she was also the victim a lot of the time, They try to make Mike Jackson like he was Wacko Jacko. He was this crazy person, but he was the victim the whole time. Woo! I just got chills. There's a message there. Yeah. We have strength, but it came out in reverse. It's very interesting. We have strength, and this is Atlas holding the whole world up on his shoulders. So there's something here about you being very stressed and you taking on a lot to either get to your goal or to get back at people or get against people to keep people out is the energy coming through. Oh boy, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Good things are coming into your life. That's the gossip on you. And people want to be close to you. They want to be close to you. And a lot of people are just using you for your money, because I was also hearing another story. Michael's going to be the main character. I'm so sorry of y'all. That's the energy here. You're the main character, and that means a lot of people around you want to take you down or use you for what you have. I think a few years before, or 2 years before he passed away, Michael made people that were around him made what's the word I'm looking for? not accommodations. They might as well have. I feel like they made changes. We'll use that word, to his will, and they left money to people he couldn't stand. He like so thought Essence was his enemy, like John Branca. I feel like it was the man's name, one of his lawyers, and Michael had fired him, and Michael thought he was like a snake, and all of a sudden most of his estate is like John Branca is like the person who's the managing the estate. And even his own daughter, Paris Jackson, like took them to court. Love the Aries in her. She said, not on my watch. She took them to court and saying they're paying themselves millions of dollars while they're only getting chump change. And I believe that Michael's kids aren't allowed to touch any money from his estate until they're a certain age, but they get an allowance or something like that, right, to make sure they're taken care of. And she's like, these people who are managing the estate are making millions. They're paying themselves millions of dollars every single year just to manage the estate, and the people around him aren't getting nothing. And I'm like, it's funny how they said that man fired John Branco, whatever the heck that man's name was. I really don't remember. But I know the last name was Branca, okay? And he had the nerve to put himself in the movie. Hey. Anywho, I'm getting passionate, as you can see. Yeah, they said Michael fired that man, and he changed his will, but they last minute, like a year or two, how convenient. Before he passed away, they altered the will. That's the word I was looking for. And made these specific people controllers of the will. And people are like, but Michael was talking about all this mess about them. And that's the snakes in your den that you need to watch out for, the gossip on you. People are plotting. Just know that, okay? People around you don't have your best interest at heart as much as you think they do. That's the energy coming through here. Because things are going to be getting so good for you. They want a piece of that. So they're doing whatever they can to stay close to you and like latch on. But the whole time they're latching on like leeches to suck you dry. There you go. And we have Justice. What? And it's in reverse. What card is this? Is this in reverse too? Yeah. Justice. And then we have the Eight of Swords. These two came out in reverse. Okay. But I think the message is pretty clear. There's something here about you, like I said, cutting out the weeds and like not just, making decisions based on visuals alone. You are using your discernment. You're closing your eyes and listening to your gut and how you feel around certain people. That's like the marker that people are saying. Even Spirit definitely wants to know. I told you I would differentiate between the messages. There's people around you need to be careful. You need to up your discernment. We have the Eight of Swords, which is you being trapped. After we have the Seven of Wands, which is you being attacked. And you being on the defense. Don't piss me off. And then we have strength. You holding up the whole world, having to have strength. In order for the strength card to come out, okay, in the tarot, just know you're going through things. These are deep, hard fought battles. This is not, oh, I cut my finger and I have a paper cut. No, these people trying to cut your head off, child. And you have to, it's like you're holding up all this weight and no one's helping you, but they're just adding more weight to it. That's how you know people are leeches. People around you should be trying to help make your life a little bit better, even if their life is like bad too. The one thing about love and Leo and loyal energy is they want to help. And they care, and they're very loyal to the people that are around them. If you have people around you asking you for money, trying to steal from you, making your life harder, that's your first answer right there to know the people ain't for you, okay? That's what I'm hearing to tell you. Spirit is like, you need to up your protection around you, please and thank you. You need to be more discerning about the people you let into your life and people that are already in your life, okay? So you need to do some weeding, which is something I think you're already doing, but that's just a message coming down the side. You have the Eight of Cups. Like I was saying, you're walking away from people who do not serve you anymore. You're walking away from like energies that don't make you feel happy. Like it's as simple as that. Sometimes you think you're happy. Sometimes you think having all these friends are great, but the older you get, the more money you make, the more successful you become, the more you see them as just leeches, especially like I said, if they're not helping you make your life any kind of better, or like friends are not always gonna make your life better, but they're not helping you, they're not hearing you out, they're maybe being more judgmental, they're adding to your load. Like friends ain't for that, you know what I mean? Like with friends like those, who need enemies, honestly, right? So if they're like adding to your burden, always taking, always asking, always wanting, instead of wanting to give or help in any kind of way, that's how you know, okay? But yeah, Eight of Cups is you walking away. The Eight of Swords is you like feeling trapped. I feel like there's an energy here of you feeling trapped in a connection, a job. You feel trapped in your life. You really don't know where to go. And I feel like things are changing for you. And it's adding to a lot of stress in your life. But justice, you cutting through all the noise, cutting through the nonsense, and like truth and clarity being restored, justice, balance being restored in your life. So maybe this energy could have been in the past and now you're in a more stable energy, or this is the energy you're dealing with now and this is what's coming. Take what resonates for you, okay? But the Wheel of Fortune is positive changes coming towards your life, okay? Coming towards you, opportunities, right? That's gonna like put you more on that world stage, which is why you're gonna have to be on the defense about who you let into your life, because you're gonna be getting some kind of success. I feel like the spirit is saying you're gonna be getting some kind of success, but you are the Six of Wands energy. You know what I mean? You have followers, you have prestige, you have fans, right? You're the leader and everyone wants to be a part of your, you know, your mission or your group. You know, and everyone can't come with you, right? It's that energy of you came from the bottom with these people, but you're going places they can't go with you. And God is like, hey, it's time to do some pruning, right? You think more is more. No, sometimes less is more. When it comes to weeds, when it comes to pruning plants, sometimes too much leaves on the plants or weeds on the plants is killing the plants. And the people around you are killing you. You not literally, you know what I mean? But energetically, maybe even literally, because that's what they did to Michael, okay? That's the message for you guys. That's the gossip on you. You're definitely being more discerning. You're cutting through the BS, y'all. The people who aren't like making your load lighter or helping you in any kind of way, they're gone. Okay? The Eight of Cups is movement forward. So maybe you're moving on from emotional connection that, like I said, don't do you any well. Or maybe even like work. There's something here about fulfillment. You want that. You're going towards that. You're moving towards that. And anyone that holds you back or anything that holds you back can kick rocks with an open-toed shoe, child. Ooh. And then after that, we have the Nine of Cups. You see how I said that, and then I just like got like a pain in the back of my throat. Ooh, what is that feeling? And that song's coming through. Wow, the messages are messaging today, honestly. But like when you like, how can I even describe it? Like I didn't breathe in the wrong way. Like when you like breathe and like you get like, shut up, please. And like there's dust that you breathe in and then it kind of like gets stuck at the top of your throat where your throat connects to your nose kind of energy. And I can't talk and it was burning for a second. So as soon as I said you're going to be getting what you want, the Nine of Cups here, this wish coming true. People around you don't want to hear it. They don't want you to know just how powerful you really are. It's the energy coming through. They don't want you to know how freaking powerful you really are. Justice don't play those games. Justice is ruthless, guys. Like, justice is not here for the kiki, the kaka, the oh, we're best friends who grew up together. Justice don't give a fuck about none of that. Justice don't care about none of that. She's like, you not doing right by me. It's time for you to go. Memories, nostalgia, I don't care. You're gone. You're out of here. Is the energy that justice brings. Like, as long as you tip my skill in any negative direction, you're out of here. You know what I mean? That's the energy you're embodying, I feel like. And very much Libra vibes, where I think Libra energy coming through in the reading period for what the gossip is on you is you're in, like, excuse me, confirmation birth. That came out really weird. Ooh, child. Libra's Venusian, but Libra's also very charismatic. They're also very charming. They know how to, like, they're the diplomats, so they know how to make everyone like them, and that's the vibe that you give off. Everyone likes you, but that don't mean you gotta like everybody. That's a bar, that's a word right there. Just because everyone likes you and wants to be around you doesn't mean they have your best intentions at heart or that you need to be around them and they should be around you. No one should be given access or allowed access because they're family, because you used to be friends. Like, that has nothing to do with you. That's very much a them problem, especially if they're asking for something from you, right? That's the energy you're in right now, I feel like, and I love that for you, because period, okay? But Nine of Cups, they don't want you to know how powerful you are and how close you are to receiving your goals, Wheel of Fortune, and Nine of Cups. They're going to come in, the enemy, whether it's the devil or the people around you that he's sending in to distract you from this wish that's so close. Right before it takes, what the frick, exactly. We have the Eight of Cups and right after we have the Nine of Cups. You see that? I didn't even realize that. Literally, the Eight of Cups, you have to leave your comfort zone sometimes. You have to go on a leap, go on a limb in order to get what you need and what you deserve. Okay. You have the Seven of Coins coming through here. The Seven of Pentacles. This is you looking very lavish. Look at her. Seven of Pentacles, you set the seeds. You planted the seeds and they're finally growing and prospering around you. And then we have 7-7 coming through here. So 7 is like the number of like luck, right? 777 in the casino is what I'm thinking of. So that could be a number you're seeing a lot. And that means things are turning in your favor. And freaking Wheel of Fortune is luck. Stop playing. Don't piss me off. Exactly. Seven of Coins, there's something here about you planting the seeds and now they're kind of growing around you and you're reaping all the benefits of it. People want a piece of that, like I said before. People, someone don't want you to realize how powerful you are. That's the energy for the gossip on you. People around you are plotting. I swear. You're so freaking close. Please do not stop. I hope if you're watching this reading, you don't stop going after what you want. You don't stop like believing in yourself because what people around you are telling you. They'll tell you, that's not going to happen. That's not realistic. Who's trying to be realistic? Who's trying to live a regular life? I want to be extraordinary. So yes, my dreams and my visions of what I want my life to be is going to be out of the ordinary. Okay? You're taking me out of the ordinary. You got me there. Ordinary by Alex Warren is coming through. And that made me take me back to that song that I almost forgot. That, see? Y'all gonna stop playing. Spirit said, tighten up. Because the song that was coming through was What Is This Feeling from Wicked. And that's basically a song about two girls living in the same room thinking that they're friends, but they really don't like each other, you know, or being forced proximities. That's definitely their origin story. Glinda and 𝐓𝐈𝐌, their origin story is forced proximity. Okay, enemies to lovers kind of things them. But in your case, there's none of that. There's just enemies here. Because even in the end, I just hate the way the movies and like I just hate it. I don't like it. I mean, I liked when the movie ended, Wicked, for good. That was cute, okay? But in the books, they weren't that lucky, okay? And basically, Glinda like was not even pretending, swore she was this girl's best friend in them. Me and my twin and them, go best friend. We killing them. Let me stop. I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry. That's the message here. People trying to distract you from what is coming in. Do not let them do that. But let's get into it. A twin can be important here. Someone can have a twin. You can have a twin. That could be the person coming against you. Or someone you be talking about. Oh, that's my twin right there. Don't piss me off. No, they're not. Let them go. Okay, because once they're your twin, they're not you. Somebody wants to be you. And someone's trying to steal your blessings. What is that saying? I've never said it on a reading before. Is it destiny swapping? That is coming through for a reason. Someone is trying to destiny swap with you. They want you to be disempowered. They want you to not see. They want you to feel weak and not know what the next step is for you to go. So they can just come in and swipe all your blessings that's coming through here. They're trying to do that. You're like, oh, that's my twin. No, the heck they ain't. They're not you. Okay? What is that thing? Do you because they want to be you? You know? Don't piss me off. Y'all really get on my nerves here. I hope the energy is here of you realizing the people around you ain't sure. That's what I hope the energy is. And not me having to tell you because we need to get it together, group 2. Thank you. Anywho. What is this feeling so sudden and new? I felt the moment I lit eyes on you. Oh, what is this feeling? Of it as a flame. Does it have a name? Yeah, yes. Loathing, unadulterated loathing. Someone around you is loathing you guys, and you think they're your friend. That's what I was saying about Glinda. Like when 𝐓𝐈𝐿 was like, let's go, like unlimited, together we're unlimited. Glinda was like, no sis, I'm gonna stay with the government. I'm gonna stay with what's the word I want to say? The administration. She's like, I want to stay with the administration. I'm going to stay here and reap the benefits and be the princess and just lie and fake because she pretended she had powers. Like, I really hated Glinda. I don't know who, I can't vibe with anyone who liked her or wants to be her or resonates as her because that means you ain't a good friend in my opinion. You ain't shit. Okay? Because how dare she? First of all, be jealous of her, treat her so mean. 𝐓𝐈𝐿 being the nice person she is, forgives her. They're friends. She puts in a good word with Madame Morrible, whatever that heifer's name was, to get her to, she did all these nice things and just for Glinda to abandon her when she needed her most, just to stay with the administration, fake having powers, slander 𝐓𝐈𝐿. Like, what? And then at the end, she finally gets some balls to come and run to 𝐓𝐈𝐿 and say, they're coming for you, run. Like, don't piss me off. You have a Glinda in your life. Get rid of her. If you like Glinda, we can't be friends. I don't like that. Glinda it just upset me. When I first saw Wicked, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I'm Glinda. Oh, get away from me. Because no, she has no redeeming qualities in my opinion. Okay? Because she showed her in movie 1 and movie 2, and it wasn't good, and it wasn't cute. It was very flat. It was very nasty and flabby and wrinkly. It wasn't a good look, okay? There's energy coming through here, and you think that's your friend. Everyone wants to ship them as, oh, they're soulmates and they're lovers, and It took her too long to realize what they were doing to Alpha, but it took her too long to grow a conscience, in my opinion. So if any of you is dealing with a Glinda, you think, oh, she's just cutesy and innocent. No, that's a snake in sheep's clothing, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay? You have that in your midst. And people are like, oh yeah, she has no idea. Playing you for jokey jokes. Hey, okay, let's keep going. And you see how I've been trying to get to this message the whole time, and I'm like getting distracted and sidetracked. But Spirit's like, no, get back to the song. What is this feeling from Wicked? Okay. I'm like, y'all trying to force us to like Glinda so bad because she grew a conscience at the end of the movie. She still did what she did. She still left her. Chill. Don't piss me off. I just can't with certain things. I'm just like, the first time I saw the movie, I'm like, y'all actually like this character? Y'all think she's cute and everything? I don't like it at all. And that's the difference between me and everybody else, because I saw through her. Yeah, the Five of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, they want to see you stay sad. That's the energy. They want to see you stay sad so they can destiny swap with you. I don't like this at all. What's the gossip on my group twos? Please, Spirit, just be careful who you have around you. Because you're growing like very strong positive seeds and security that's going to like sustain you for a long time. People don't want you to see that, okay? We have the Star here in reverse. They want you to be in despair and always like way down, okay? The message came through already. We can just put it forward. These cards are too cute to be in reverse. Yeah, there's energy here of just like, and look at how the sun is literally shining on the star. This is you. This is you here. You're strong and you can take everything on the chin. That doesn't mean you always have to. People around you would make you convinced, oh, being strong is always strong. No, it's not. Accepting help is not make you weak. It makes you smart because it like, what's the word I'm looking for? It protects and like, what is it called? Sustains your energy so you can do the harder things. You know? Oh yeah, having a business and doing everything by yourself is smart. Keep doing that. Lies. No, if you can afford the help, get the help. Don't burn yourself out. That's what they want. Child, I don't like this reading. It's very much giving, I'm upset, okay? It's upsetting me, okay? Here we have the World card that flipped out. It flipped out in reverse. They don't want you to be successful, okay? It's giving the DJ Khaled thing. They didn't want me to do the thing, so I did the thing, literally. I forget what he says when he says that. They didn't want him to have a best-selling album, so I made a best-selling album. It's basically what that whole thing is about. They didn't want you to do it, so you did it anyway. That's the gossip on you, right? I just don't know where this is going to fall because we have 3 cards fall out before it. So I guess this will end up like right here. So the Nine of Cups with the World, an accomplishment. But they don't want you to have that accomplishment. They want to blind you. Like I said, be careful. Okay. So here we have the Fool card with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, a new beginning is coming your way. People can see the potential and they see where your life is headed and they want to just destiny swap with you. I keep telling y'all. Then we have the Seven of Swords. Look at that. You're seen through the BS. Love that. This came out in reverse too. And then this last card to fit in here, we have the Five of Wands. Yeah, you're walking away from this competitive nature. People who feel like they have to compete with you all the time. That's the vibe coming through. Okay, Bird. You have beef? You have a message you want to add? Can anybody here speak Bird? Because someone wants to talk to you. You're going to be receiving a message or something. Because birds represent messages, okay? So, yeah, like I was saying, they want you to stay stuck and they want you to stay sad because they don't want you to see this potential. They don't want you to see how strong you are. They don't want you to see the potential you have. How everyone kind of wants to be around you. That Six of Wands energy that was coming through earlier. They don't want you to move on from the turmoil. They want you to stay stuck. They want you to stay stuck in the turbulent waters. They don't want you to find solace. Okay, then you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. A new, prosperous, abundant beginning is coming your way. But people are going to try to block that. Please don't let them do that. Thank you. That's the gossip on you. Things are coming your way. Beautiful. The transformation, the Fool is coming your way. Freedom. Okay, I'm hearing willpower. I'm seeing someone frolicking through the woods. Like, that is coming. Overcoming is coming. And people are like, oh, no, there's someone. If it's not a group of people, some person who's trying to hold that back. Or like I said, trying to steal your destiny. Child, okay, yeah. So Justice, 5, 7 of Swords. You're seeing through the BS. And this is like the Arians are the Furies. And I think they're like the rulers of like retribution and revenge and all the petty energies in life. You're seeing through all of that. So hopefully the reading was about you, or you are in the energy of seeing through the BS and being more discerning, okay? Holding everyone back. The gossip on you is people are seeing you're going to good places and they kind of want a piece of the action. They see the success forecast that's coming your way, and they want a piece of it, okay? But you're walking away from the people who always want to compete with you. And you're walking into 9 of Cups in the world energy, which is a wish coming true in the world. It's like the end of a cycle, so you can start again and become so you're at the end of a cycle. That's the gossip one. You're at the end of the cycle, and life's about to get really good. Because we have the world and we have the Fool. The world comes, end of a cycle, freedom, okay, jubilation, rejoicing. And then right after that, we're on a whole new journey, which is the middle. This is the exact middle of the deck here, right down the middle. Wheel of Fortune, the Fool. This is the focal point. You don't see it, this is coming. And it starts when you maybe go off on your own by yourself. The Fool is solitary energy. You don't need people to do what you need to do, you know? If you need help, get help, but you don't need be the operative word, people, to get where you want to go. And that could be something everyone wants you to think you need them. You don't need them, okay? Just letting you know, just FYI, okay? So let us get into these 2 decks here. You definitely don't need them because you shine on your own. And you're powerful enough to hold the world if you wanted to. The Star card is also Aquarius energy, and Aquarians are also quite popular in social settings. They make friends quite easily. They're very sociable, very intelligent, very smart, right? People gravitate towards them. That makes people mad. So, just a little, you know, a disclaimer, I guess you can say. So, please, group 1, what are people saying about them? We have the Scales. We have Justice and Documents. We have Justice coming through once again. Okay, so we'll put that right there. There could be something here about you signing documents or something coming your way. We have to sign the dotted line. Read it well. Read it through. Don't take any chances, is what I just heard. We have the Rabbit, which came through in this card here, 7 of Wands. We have Pregnancy and Fears. So overcoming your fears is definitely a big thing. People are like finally realizing you're realizing your power. So people are realizing that you're realizing your power, and that's making them feel useless because you always needed them, and now you don't need them. They're kind of like, you know? Child, I don't like this energy at all. Here we have the Gate, Opportunities, Home. Some of you could be from group 1 because this came out in group 1 and this came out in group 1. So some of you could be watching both readings. We have Opportunities and then we have Home, or maybe one energy is a before and one energy is an after, right? This could be a before energy and group 1 is the after. Yeah, like I was saying, you're moving. Like I said, that came through. Or you're signing documents, maybe signing a lease or a rental agreement or something, where you're going to be moving somewhere new, or meetings and business meetings were coming through in group 1 as well. So that's something. And then this came through group 1 too. Wow. So yeah, some of you could be from group 1. Anyway, control and change. This is you releasing control, okay? Letting things happen as they should. You're not going to be pulling teeth. That's the energy here of you guys just pulling teeth, thinking everything has to be a struggle, that you have to fight, okay? That you have to, like I said, struggle in order for there to be any positive changes. It's like taking me back to the whole, what is it saying? Look at all those birds outside. I'm seeing about 3 birds. There's definitely messages coming your way. Opportunities, offers, okay? But anywho, you have to kiss all these frogs to find your prince. No. That's just something they tell you. You don't have to kiss an area frog to find your prince. That's just something they say, you know, to make you think you have to struggle in order to find love. No, love does not need to be a struggle, okay? Life does not need to be a struggle. Is the energy coming through here? That's the energy I'm getting from this card here. Before it was a different reading because it was a different energy. This here is giving me, you think you have to struggle for some reason in order to have some success. The strength clarified by the Star. Wow. Yeah. You think you have to struggle and do everything yourself for any modicum of success to come your way. That's a lie. The lie detector determined that was a lie. Justice. Once you tap into your discernment, that will just... Once you tap into your discernment, you will discover that that is a lie. 7 of Swords. Look at that. Look at God. Okay? Here we have the Dog. Yeah, you need to find some loyalty and determination. That's what's coming through here. Find some loyal people. That can be energy. You're determined to find people who are loyal to you, which is that, what card came out in the beginning? The Knight of Wands. Okay, you're pruning. You're taking out the weeds. Here we have the Whale, Wisdom Keeper. You're learning lessons that make you move with more discernment. Okay, with more wisdom. You don't believe everything someone says. You look into things. You don't sign a contract blindly. You look into it and you read it. Please do that if you're signing contracts or agreeing to anything. Read the fine print. If you have to hire a lawyer because you don't understand it, do that. Please. Here we have the Wolf, Cunning and Stealth. Because look at that. We have someone here who's trying to... What did I I say? I don't listen to me. We have someone who's trying to sabotage you or trying to overtake you or, like I said, destiny swap with you. And it's like they're cunning, they're under the radar, but you're going to be finding that clarity. You've already outed them, honestly. It's either that, either or. And we have strength and resourceful with the bear. That's that strength that was coming through over there as well. I want to get some runes for your overall reputation or what people are saying or what's coming your way, what you need to know, all that stuff. If I just want one, but group one got two, so maybe you guys get two. We'll see what comes out. Look, what was I saying about a wolf in sheep's clothing? Be careful. And then we have a dog. Loyalty, determination. I kind of feel like that's you. And then these more threatening characters coming through over here are the people who want to come and like destroy what you have or what you're building. Here we have daggers, transformation, because we have the butterfly. So you are going through a transformation. So that's the only card that flipped over. So we'll just read for that one. Daggers is 46. And one of the last runes in this deck. So the keywords are breakthrough, awakening, enlightenment, balance point, and transformation. Change is dynamic and dramatic. Who could imagine the stunning butterfly would spring from the little caterpillar? As the delicate butterfly unfurls their new wings, a new day dawns, what did I say? And they are granted a new and higher awareness than they could have previously ever imagined. That's that discernment you're gathering, you're gaining. Okay, below their cocoon hangs in the place where before and after meet. This is beautiful. I just want to cry for y'all. It's so beautiful. Daggers has a beautiful, brilliant, literally, light-filled energy. It represents the awakening and clarity, justice that daylight brings. Sorry, I get excited. That's going to be, you're going to get excited because your wishes are coming true, child. When this rune appears, there's hope and happiness, bold change, and a new flipping beginning. It is a good time to start something new. Daggers refers to a daily cycle, in contrast to longer, gentler time periods like Jira's year cycle. Daggers also speaks of balancing opposite forces such as light and dark, mental and emotional, masculine and feminine, and doubt and certainty. Those are things you're definitely grappling with, but I think you're moving more into the energy of doubt, into certainty, into masculine, to feminine. That's what I was saying about you think you have to do everything yourself, and it takes struggling and fighting and strife in order for you to succeed. And Spirit is like, no, that's what the enemy wants you to think. Things can be easy. Life can be easy. You can get everything you want, everything you desire, as long as you believe in it, right? Oof, powerful, a word. A word! Okay, I'm sorry. A word! Hallelujah! Like, I feel like I'm going to church or something. This is you. You're breaking out of this cocoon. You're the butterfly. And people trying to make you think you're still a caterpillar. You're just not. They're still a caterpillar. They want you to stay down there with them. And you're like, nah, I'm a butterfly now. I'm beautiful. Everyone loves me. But butterflies are also quite delicate. So you need to protect yourself. Okay? And I think that's what you're doing. And if you're not, do it. Thank you. Okay, that's all I have for you guys, though. I love you. Thank you for watching. If you ever want to book a reading with me, you could always do so. Use my email in the description box below. Like, follow, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, right? It helps the channel. Appreciate you. You could also do that as well. If you want to join my memberships on the channel, you could always do that using the link in the description box below, right above the timestamps. But as always, I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining today's reading. We're gonna be getting into what is the hot gossip on you, what's the tea, what's the chisme, what are people popping about you, what do you need to know, what is spirit saying about you. That comes through as well in this kind of reading. So gossip on you in the spirit realm, in the 3D, people you know, people you don't know. Let's get into it, okay? So right when I started your reading, it got really quiet because there's like a lawnmower going on outside for like the good last half of group 2. And it's getting farther away or it stopped, one or the other. So maybe you're quieting your mind, quieting your circle, besides those dang birds, because they just won't stop, okay? I never realized how thin these windows were until every sound outside just comes through, okay? That could be things where you're getting really silent and listening to the world around you. Maybe you're in nature more, sitting under a tree, listening to the birds. That could be a thing as well, grounding, meditation, things like that. But maybe spending more time to yourself could also be a thing coming through as well. Maybe resting more, prioritizing your rest. okay? Singing more, right? Or just like I said, just breathing and staying quiet and listening to like the beautiful sounds of nature. Those are my favorite sounds, as you guys can probably see, because I use them in the beginning of every reading to help you guys choose your piles. Either the waves, it's either the forest, either a fountain. Those sounds, those are my sounds. I love waves. I love the rain. If the rain wasn't so disturbing, in the app that I use to edit my videos, the rain would definitely be there as well. But it's like a shh, and I'm like, that's not the rain you want to hear to help us choose a pile. Can y'all like update or something? Don't piss me off. Anyway, let's get into the reading. I'm sorry. You guys could be talking a lot as well, because birds are like, they're very chatty, or just like I said, singing as well. Let's get into it. So group 3, please, Spirit. What is the hot gossip on it? What's the hot gossip on it? You have Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're taking more time to yourself, taking care of your emotional well-being, even your physical well-being. You're pouring your cup. You're refilling your cup. Pouring your cup is interesting. No, you're refilling your cup. And I'm seeing maybe taking a vacation as well, or just rest, period, is the message. But I'm seeing the Queen of Cups in my Cozy Witch tarot, where she's sitting outside on her porch surrounded by water. So it's like giving a beach vacation or a vacation by the water. And I was talking about waves, literally, exactly. So nature sounds is like a thing that's coming through for you guys. I don't know if you're taking more trips, going on hikes, like passing by lakes and streams and valleys and whatever, meadows and fields and I don't know, flowers and things like that. Maybe you're like more natural, you know what I mean? So you're just in nature and not really talking to anybody. But the Queen of Cups is someone who's prioritizing their emotional health and well-being, okay? Someone who could be also prioritizing others, or being more caring, more open, more soft, more feminine, okay? That's an energy coming through here. More emotional could be a thing as well. Maybe you're known for someone who's like maybe hard or standoffish or emotionally closed off. And the Queen of Cups is the opposite of all those things. She's very soft, she's very caring, very generous, and she wants to help, you know? She's also very intuitive, so you're very sensitive in that way, where you're sensitive emotionally, but you're also sensitive when you pick up on the smallest changes. So if you are coming through as more sensitive lately, I would understand why you need more peace and quiet, because you don't want to deal with nobody's BS, right? If you're an extra empath right now, or the messages are coming through extra hard from spirit, those are totally, as someone who didn't know they were a channeler, to just like, because I tell y'all, when I first started doing tarot readings, it was like, I don't know, not even watching. It was hard for me when I would hear a reader say, and I'm hearing, I'm like, what you hearing? You ain't hearing jack. You ain't hearing nothing. You just lying. And all of these things. And like, not even that kind of way. I'm being extra. But I would just be like, hearing? What do you mean you're hearing something? And especially when it was accurate as F. I'm like, who you heard that from? Where is it coming from? I was very befuddled and confused. And I'm like, I don't understand how you can hear things and channel things and be that in tune and know my business. Until I started reading myself, and you really just do be hearing things. And for the skepticals out there, I don't know how to explain it to you, because I still don't understand, as someone who used to be a skeptic myself. Like, if the things they were hearing weren't so accurate, I don't know how to explain it. I would still be skeptical. I'll be like, oh, you're just saying you're hearing things. No, or seeing things. And I'm like, I didn't think I had any of the clears. And I would get readings from a reader, and she was like, girl, you have all the clears. Like, start reading for yourself. Like, you have gifts. And I'm like, I don't think so. And then I started reading, and the more you get into it, and the more you get in tune with yourself, which I think is something you're also doing, the more you're in tune with yourself, and you start learning how to divide, like, your voice from the voices that are coming in, like, that's when you really start hearing things. And I'm like, ooh, okay, look at me. So I'm like, that's the energy coming through. You're very like sensitive and very connected to spirit right now. People are seeing that and feeling that, right? Any little change in the wind, you're feeling it, because that's how sensitive you are. Okay, or maybe you're someone who's now tapped into those abilities. So you're becoming someone who's more sensitive, who's more quiet, who's more receptive, who's more hearing than talking, who's more feeling than doing, right? So maybe some of you, if you were to take a personality test and before you were thinking versus a feeling, you would be now a feeling instead of a thinking, right? And I feel like that's me, because every time I do a personality test, I always get a different archetype. And that's why even on this channel here, I have like, I think INTP and INTJ That's what they said I am. And I took those like a few years apart, so it's always changing. So you're definitely someone's like more who's morphing into something. You're very malleable right now. The Queen of Cups, the Queen of Water. You're also very creative. Maybe you are singing more. Maybe you're making more music. Maybe you're in that hermit mode that artists go into when they're writing and like doing studio sessions kind of energy. But you're in the process of creating something. I'm hearing co-creating with spirit. That's the gossip on you right now. People ain't really seeing you that often, because if you are in a more sensitive energy, if you are in a more sensitive energy, you don't really want to be around people, y'all. So maybe you're definitely someone who maybe could be going from extrovert to introvert, or you're just being extra introverted to the fact that it's just crazy, you know? But it's like to take rest, to take care of your physical body, okay? And as I said that, I just got a headache, and you saw the cards fly everywhere. I just got like a little in my head. I've never experienced that before, but I could tell like a headache is coming on. So that could be something you're trying to like stay quiet and rest for as well, because you're getting headaches and you're trying to listen to your body and all that. Here we have the Six of Wands, Nike. Yeah, this is definitely giving like sports and working out, because of course when you think of Nike, you think of the sportswear and the sneakers and all that. So that could be something. Maybe you're getting jacked is what I just heard. You're getting more like physically fit. As I said, that we have 10 of Wands. Just as I say that, yep. 10 of Wands is working out, I feel like, in this instance here with the coming out after the Nike. You're working out, putting more effort into your physical appearance, or just maybe even yoga or boxing, stuff like that, okay? Maybe some of y'all are angry and you need some outlets to get rid of the anger. 10 of Wands can kind of be an irritated energy. It's like you've been just piling on, no sleep. You've been going 3 days without sleep. And the more you go without sleep, the more you're irritated, the more you're grouchy, the more you're willing to fight people. Right? And that's energy coming through. You just been piling on. Your body's like, hey, we're tired. You know, you've been around people and you're hearing their thoughts the way Edward would get in Twilight. He would get overstimulated and would just like to be by himself, because he could never have any peace and quiet, which is why he loved being with Bella, because he didn't have to hear anything with him. When he was with her, he was kind of like, hey, I kind of want to know what you're thinking. Yo, that is hilarious. That's how it be though. Like as soon as you're like not around people, you know, maybe I could go out a little bit, right? You know what I mean? As soon as things are a little too quiet, you're like, you know, maybe I should go. But any noise you may want could definitely be from nature, you know? Because I'm also just being called to the fact that it's like really, really peaceful and quiet. And I feel like I'm being too loud and talking too loud right now. Just because I have to talk louder to combat the noises around me. Now I'm like, girl, you're talking too loud. Be quiet. Because things seem like really peaceful and quiet. Let me go quiet for a few seconds. Do you see how peaceful that is? No birds chirping, no noises outside. Like that's your life right now. That's the gossip on you. Maybe you're like not talking, like I said, as much to people, but maybe you're just talking to spirit. Y'all be chatting Latin, having conversations. So what is the gossip? I kind of feel like you're coming through with like the weird person. I feel like not weird like oh they're weird, but in the you are just like talking to yourself kind of person. You're not talking to anybody else. You know, you're very much like a creator mode where you're maybe isolated from everyone else, but things are definitely very quiet, and that just keeps like sticking out to me. You have Judgment coming through here. Judgment here is an awakening. It's also a test. You're being like tested to see if you're ready to move to the next level of maybe spiritual ranking or something. Like you've kind of aced this level you're at right now, and Spirit's like, do you want to be even more sensitive? Do you want to be, or you just have been more sensitive? You ain't even asked, and Spirit's like, here. And you just woke up one day and started hearing things, feeling things. You're kind of like, whoa, like, can I acclimate to this first? Y'all just dumped this on me one day. Like, you're getting downloads. You're like advancing spiritually. It's very heavy, the message here. People are kind of like, whoa, right? They're watching you, talking about, what do you mean you're hearing stuff? Shut up. And then the things that you're hearing are so specific. They're like, oh, that can't be a coinkydink. You know what I mean? That kind of energy. So you're kind of scaring people with your spiritual prowess right now. That's the energy. But anywho, Judgment is a test to see if you're ready to go to the next level. So that's the vibe coming through here. You're being tested for something. Or you have. And maybe you're testing other people as well. Six of Wands, like I said, it's like advancement, achievements, celebrations. people like applauding you kind of energy. What is the hot gossip and the tea on group 3, please, Spirit? So if you are a tarot reader who just happens to be watching this, people are kind of like, your reading's a little bit more accurate than usual. Relax. Like, what's going on here? Like, did you do something we know about kind of energy? You've been receiving dreams or just downloads and they've just been like spot on lately. People are like, what? That's crazier than usual. We have the 8 of Cups coming through for you guys. This is showing up in every group so far. So somebody could be watching all 3 or more than one, right? But the 8 of Cups is about leaving your comfort zone and doing things that you may not feel so comfortable doing, but you're sick of just being in the present and doing things that you're comfortable doing. Or like you're sick of the same old outcomes. So you're like branching out and trying something new. It's like how I like to describe the 8 of Cups now. Because the 8 of Cups, you're comfortable there. You're complacent. Like, you know, I can stay here for the rest of my life, or I can go out of my comfort zone and reach that 9 of Cups that I want so badly. You know, I want that emotional fulfillment. I want that wish come true. I don't want to just stay here and be comfortable here. Like, I'm living in this 1-bedroom apartment, but my dream is to have a 10-bedroom house. Like, you could stay in the 1-bedroom apartment because it has all the things you need, but doesn't have what you want. That's the vibe there coming through. Like, that's the energy. Ooh, I gotta sneeze. Ooh, that was a nice sneeze. That was a confirmation. I've never had a confirmation sneeze. That's beautiful. That felt so good. Whew. The vibrations. Y'all ever had a, I'm sure you have if you're human. You had a good sneeze? Oh, I just got chills. That's beautiful. Your body is very sensitive right now. To sound, to touch, to everything, to taste. All the 5 senses, okay? Maybe I just heard if you're like someone who like has a partner and y'all be doing the do, you could be more sensitive down there as well. You know, whatever you're down there it consists of, right? You're more sensitive down there. You're maybe enjoying that more, like luxuriating all of the things of the Queen of Cups. She's the one who's sitting there enjoying her chocolates. She's drinking her tea, enjoying the birds chirping on her vacation. Maybe some of you are having a vacation or just a vacation by yourself. You don't have a bae, right? People are like, oh yeah, this person's really like just so tranquil. They're getting some good D or they're getting some good P, right? Love that for y'all, because I ain't shit. Love that for you, because I'm not, right? So at least somebody is. That's the energy coming through as well. So just be extra sensitive down there, or maybe you're, chest for my women, or extra sensitive. Even for men, I don't know how y'all things work. Honestly, I've only ever had a woman's body, so I know the changes it goes through, during the cycles and all that kind of stuff. So one time it's more sensitive than others, sometimes so much that it hurts. Sometimes it's more pleasurable, right? Anywho, yeah, I got that message. But please relax. So, like, we have the 2 of Coins, which is funny because this card started up at the bottom of the deck and I was going to mention it, but I was like, nah, we'll keep going. It came out anyway. To move these over, and then we have this 7 of Coins. We're going to place this once we properly move all the cards over. Okay. Yes. 2 of Coins. It's like going back and forth, going up and down, riding the wave. Don't stop, wanna ride that wave. Wanna ride that wave. What song is that? Is that like a Miguel song? I can't remember. But 2 of Coins. Why do I keep mistaking this for the 2 of Cups? Please, don't piss me off. And the 2 of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot is someone who's like hopping back and forth from foot to foot while juggling these 2 coins. And behind him, we have him riding the waves. There's like a big wave and a small wave and up and down. Then we have like a small ship chasing a big ship kind of energy. So it's kind of like an energy like I said, riding the wave. That's the visual I'm seeing instead of this visual here. And then it's funny how this is like oceanic, so water is coming through, diving deep into your oceans. Ooh, I'm gonna say emotions, but oceans can be important. That was coming through with the Queen of Cups as well, where I said she's sitting in like on that front porch in the Cozy Witch Tarot. So what is the gossip on my group 3's piece? It's like an energy of ease. You're very quiet, minding your business, achieving your goals, right? You could be very busy, with the 10 of Wands. Very work-oriented, maybe a little bit overwhelmed at times. We'll see what clarifies that card. Wow, that was fast. We have the Magician, Hecate, clarifying the Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're very like spiritually in tune, very spiritually powerful right now. So if at any point you want to be out here manifesting things, now's the time for you to do it. I think you're already doing it since it's the hot gossip on you, but just a reiteration that you are confirmation as well. That you are this powerful energy and you can manifest whatever you want right now. And it's because you're in a more receptive energy. And even for those of you who like don't understand the whole divine feminine aspect of things, the divine feminine receives. Like, she doesn't reach out and snatch the way a divine masculine would. That someone's like trying to take what they deserve. The Queen of Cups is like, thank you. There's no need to snatch or run or like beg for anything. She just receives. Things naturally come her way. So if you're very much in the energy of that, that's you. You're allowing things to come to you. And that's what people are saying. You're not really chasing behind anything, right? And that's making you more magnetic, because the feminine just gets things and doesn't have to really pay or work for it. And the masculine is one who has to work hard for it. And so far, we haven't received any really masculine cards, right? Because even in the Magician, we have Hecate, and she's like the triple moon goddess. You know, she's the maiden, the mother, and the crone. She's like the ruler of magic, the ultimate witch. Okay, she's a bad girl like Riri. That just came through, so that could definitely resonate for somebody. You're also smelling really good, because I just like moved my arm and put it back down. There it is again. I got a whiff of my deodorant, and it smells so good, child. I be smelling good. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's the compliment I get out of, like, I get a lot of compliments, but that's like the main one that I've always been receiving like nonstop for years. You smell good. I'm like, I know I do. Thank you. You know what I mean? It's like not even my like, and I'm wearing a sweatshirt that has some detergent, and I'm wearing one of my favorite perfumes, but it's the deodorant that really came through kicking when I put my arm up and down. So you're smelling good, looking good, maybe smelling like fresh as a daisy. Like, there's just something here about you being very powerful right now, and that's the gossip on you. Things are just like coming into your life like crazy, you know what I mean? And it's like you actively manifesting it, but it's like actually coming true, you know what I mean? Like, there was a point, like maybe like last month. This month has been a little bit iffy. I don't know. Last month was like a really good month for me. Like, I just was like an Empress energy, I feel like, and anything that I wanted would just like happen. It was crazy, and I didn't understand why it was happening that way. Like, if I wanted something, I would get it. And I'm like, wait, is it easy like this? And I don't know what I was doing different. I'm like, can we have that same energy in May? Like, things just seem to be coming my way, and I'm like, is this just like a good month for me, or what, right? Because May isn't over, but I'm like, April was looking better than May is so far, okay? But this month has been really good as well. Let me not even lie. I'm not even going to sit here and lie in nobody's face up on YouTube. You know, but I just feel like April, like, it has something like May has some competition so far for like the best year of the months in this year for May. Or the best month of the year, I should have said. Not year of the month, please. But yeah, things just seem to be coming so easily, and it was just like a really good month. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And I think that's the energy you're in. People are kind of like, wait, why are things coming so easy to group 3? Like, what's up? Like, I wanna buy to that. Let's keep going. I'm talking too much. We have death. Look at that. Judgment and death are kind of the same energy. Death is the death, and the judgment is the rebirth, the awakening. So, yes, constant deaths and rebirths for y'all. It's Phoenix rising and then dying and then rising again. So there could have been a period where you had like just recently ascended, and now you're ascending again, and people are like, what's up? What's the what? It's what I just heard. What's the what is very I've never said that before in my life. We have the Page of Swords. Interesting. Yeah, there's an energy of people being very curious and inquisitive about what's going on in your life, but you're keeping it very private. The Queen of Cups keeps to herself. Her and the Queen of Swords, they're very much on a mama business. They want to help and all that, but they do it in like a very different way to like the way the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Wands would do it. You know, I feel like the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands are more visible queens. The Queen of Cups is low-key, chill, you know, mind her business, a little bit naive, right? Very sensual, I feel like, as well. And the Queen of Swords just like cussing everybody out, doing her own thing. Very out of the ordinary kind of energy. Yeah. So I feel like for you guys, there's an energy here of you being very like sexy, very sensual. Like I was saying, y'all putting that work in. We have the Nine of Wands that wanted to fall out in reverse. But I want to see all the cards in front of me. Look at that. Look at that. We have Nine of Wands, but what I'm being called to is the Bia. And it's taking me to that song, Bia, Bia, what? There's a whole lot of money in this mug, Bia. Bia, Bia, there's a whole lot of money in this mug. Like, literally, that's definitely something. I can't be around these broke hoes. These broke hoes get old, okay? That is funny. That song always gets me. What is the name of it? A Whole Lot of Money. So that could be a thing. It's Nicki Minaj and Bia. But that's who this is like reminding me of. I don't really know what this girl does, but she's also giving very muscular, which is something that was coming through. You putting a lot of effort into your appearance. You're looking really good. You're looking like fit. You're looking healthy. I'm hearing rosy cheeks, glowing skin. The water intake is good because the skin is bouncing and all that. You're just looking really good. Plump butts and all that, right? That could have like got you a new partner, which is why you are wearing out the bed with that partner, and everything just seems to be more sensitive. Because I don't know, a partner could be saying that about you, you know, like why are you a little more sensitive than usual? Are some of y'all pregnant or trying? Just extra randy lately, getting into it. As soon as I said that, my throat started itching. Let me clear it. Like my throat got really ticklish. Okay, but yeah, Bia. Anyway, Nine of Wands wants to come out in reverse. Is definitely an energy of like releasing, and it's coming out under the Ten of freaking Wands. Yeah, not giving up or releasing tension, because the Nine of Wands in reverse would be giving up, because the Nine of Wands upright is not giving up. So you're releasing all these burdens and tensions, which is like, I love that coming out under the Ten of Wands. What is the gossip for my group threes, please, Spirit? What is the gossip? We have the Chariot coming through here. After some blockages, you're definitely moving forward, moving on up to the east side. Maybe some of you are moving to a deluxe apartment in the sky for some of you. And that could be something you're manifesting, a deluxe apartment in the sky, or just an apartment period. And that's something that could be coming through for you guys. Because I'm being called to the fact that I think a day or two ago, Alandria, if you don't know who she is, she's a contestant from Love Island season 7. And her and Nicholas Van Steenberg and Alandria Van Carthen, or I think it's Alandria Carthen. People keep calling her Van Carthen, y'all. Van Steenberg is Nick's name. They mixed it together. Anywho, she just posted she moved into a penthouse apartment in the sky. And that's what I saw when I saw this Chariot energy. So you're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky, okay? That could be for some of you. Or just moving period. It's not to be deluxe apartment. But it could be, if you want to manifest that, the energy you're in right now, you could if you wanted to, okay? You got to be intentional about it. You got to visualize it. Okay, do a vision board, I feel like, as well. Or just meditate on it. Everyone manifests differently. Here we have the Knight of Coins. Some of you could be starting a new business venture as well, or starting a new job. Knight of Coins kind of gives me that it's a new long-term investment you're making in something, okay? And then here we have the King of Cups and the Five of Coins. That fell out as well, but I don't want to take them, so we're going to put them back in the deck. But the Knight of Coins, like a new investment that you're going to be putting a lot of time into, which would be a house, right? Which would be a job, right? A partnership as well. That could be a thing as well. But it's like something you could have been going back and forth with, or you weren't sure you were going to get, is what I'm hearing to say. So that could definitely be a vibe coming through. Something you definitely weren't sure you were going to get, or something you weren't sure you wanted to buy or invest in. And it's going to be something you're going to be in or dealing with for a long time, if you will. Okay. These could be being brought in by your angels, because as we can see the Nine of Coins, we have an angel, Zephyros. And I think this guy is like a really, is Zephyros the fast god? Because it would not make any sense for him to be the fast god. With like, who has wings on his legs, I think. I could be mistaken for the wrong god. I don't know. But it's kind of giving me that. But the Nine of Coins is like very slow moving. So it's something that's been like a long time coming. Could be you're going to be receiving something you weren't sure you wanted to do. It's been a long time coming. That's coming into your life as well. But the Nine of Coins, like embark on a new journey that's going to take you a while to get to the end of. And that was group 2 that had the world, right? But I'm getting that kind of energy for you guys as well, where you're going through an ending and it's going to lead to a new beginning, One where you feel like you're more self-assured, you kind of know where you're going. The Chariot card is someone who can be a little bit bullish. Like, they're so focused on getting what they want, nothing is stopping them. They are like on the racetrack and they see the finish line, and that's the only thing they're focused on. You know what I mean? A chariot race, literally. That's what the card is giving. Because I'm seeing an episode of Percy Jackson and the Olympians that I was watching on Disney Plus. I think it's either episode 1 or 2 for season 2. And they're having a chariot race, and there's something here about them trying to sabotage Percy because he's not supposed to go on the mission because there's a prophecy about him. So there could be something here about a prophecy, and you're fulfilling that prophecy. There's a prophecy about you moving somewhere, or, you know, getting a job, or starting this new thing, or being this new person, and you're stepping into that prophecy with the chariot card. But it's like you're so dead set on your goal, you don't really realize you're in the prophecy until you're in the prophecy. Because as you can see, there's these two like, I'm trying to make sense of that. In this chariot card here, we have the two energies, which is the dark and the light, which could be the unconscious and the subconscious, that we see those dichotomies in the High Priestess, for example. Or I'm not sure if they're also the Hierophant as well, behind him, pillars or something. But it's giving the dark and the light, the seen and the unseen. That you're moving between two of them simultaneously, and you don't really see what's coming. But as you're like, look, literally, that's what I'm seeing. As you're like focusing on visioning your goals, they're kind of coming to reality at the same time, because you're not existing in the concrete 3D and you're not existing in the concrete 5D. Sometimes the 5D can be a little delusional, a little escapism-y. You know, the 3D is kind of like set in your ways, stuck and stubborn, don't want to see things differently. When you're simultaneously moving forward towards your goals while visioning what you want and making steps towards those things, they're going to come in faster. You see what I mean? And at the bottom, as I said, that we have the Ace of Coins, which is a new financial beginning. So that's the energy coming through for you guys. I want one more card. I said 1, not 3. Thank you. Appreciate you. We have the freaking 10 of Cups. Wow. Beautiful. The 7 of Coins. Yeah, something you've been working through for a long time with the 2 of Coins, 9 of Coins, 7 of Coins, and 10 of Cups. These two energies represent long-term effort towards something. Knight of Coins and 7 of Coins, and the 10 of Cups is like you finally reaching the end of that fulfillment. And then we have another 10 coming through, so 10 can definitely be important. And at the bottom we have the 2 of Wands, so you're definitely embarking on a new journey here for sure. And even like 2 of Wands, he's not even looking straight ahead, he's looking to the side of him, so it's kind of like you don't see it coming, but it's like right there is a vibe coming through. Like, and these are like all movement energies. So things are definitely moving, but they were once stuck, and that's the gossip on you. Like, oh my gosh, this person could have been lazy, or da da da. But now they're taking their time. Now they can have some kind of ease in their life because they're in the Queen of Cups vibe, and things are just coming to them. And when you don't have to work too hard for things, and you know you start relaxing and going on vacations, now all of a sudden you're lazy, right? You know, people just haters. Okay, people just fans. With the 6 of Wands. They're just fans. They want what you have. I'm hearing they hate you because they ain't you. I was trying to, and we have triangle, choice and decision. So choice is definitely a thing here for you guys. But in group 2, I believe, there was an energy of that coming through. There was a lot of sabotage coming through in group 2. Some of y'all come from group 2. And there was like something, I was trying to say that quote, but it didn't fully come through for group 2. But it came through for you guys. They hate you because they ain't you. You know what I mean? And I was saying they something you because they want to be you, but it's they hate you because they ain't you. It's the saying that I was trying to say. So that could be coming through here. And then here we have the key, lock and unlock. Keys make me think of apartments, homes, doors. So you're unlocking a new door, a new reality. Could be a thing coming through for sure. That's like, we have portals. And like I say in like a lot of readings, when I get the 2 of Wands, it reminds me of a portal because we have 2 wands that represent a door, a doorway for you to step into. So a new reality. And then under that, we have the Queen of Wands, which came through. And then the King of Cups coming through once again. Okay? So be in control of your emotions. Not becoming too overwhelmed, you know, or too happy, too cocky, too anything. You're taking the punches as they go. And what was I saying about you meeting someone? That's a part of your prophecy. We have the Queen of Cups here and the King of Cups, her divine counterpart. Let's bring them back out. Bring them out. Bring them out. I feel like Maury. Bring them out. Bring them out. Or not even Jerry Springer. When he would be sitting there telling people the whole tea, the whole sordid tale on TV, and the person in the backstage was listening. He's like, and your ex-husband has been backstage listening the whole time, and you just told him that your son isn't his. And then Jerry Springer's like, bring him out, and then they just walk out cussing. That is hilarious. hilarious. I'm sorry. So someone's been waiting in the wings, and Spirit is kind of like bring them out, or people around you are realizing that someone is coming into your life that's very significant. Because we have the King and Queen of Cups. So you're definitely embodying the energies of the divine feminine and divine masculine kind of vibe, okay? But both of these have like white feathers surrounding them. Then we have an angel coming through here. So there's definitely here, there's definitely something here about peace and serenity, because angels are meant to bring that right order as well. But yeah, Two of Wands, you're stepping into another portal. And then we have the Queen of Wands, where you feel more confident, you know, getting what you want, asking for what you want, demanding what you want. Okay, let's get into the cards. Oh, I got a headache. Oh, not that bad, but it's coming in. We have the Eye, which is envy and protection. Wow, that's what I was saying. They hate you because they ain't you. And I'm surprised this card did not come through for group 2, the amount of ghetto read that was coming through in their reading. Maybe, I think they were already in the process of doing that. You, as you call in these things and you're in this energy, there are people giving you the stink eye because they're kind of like, oh, you're being lazy. You don't got to work as hard as I did. Just comparing. And it's funny because that's literally what freaking envy is. Wanting what someone else has, right? There was this whole discourse that I was talking about on TikTok the other day, where there was a reading that I think had something to do with like jealousy, and people are mad at you, or you're mad at other people, or you're jealous. And I was kind of like, excuse me, there's a difference between jealousy and envy, right? Where I had to look it up after the fact, because I think someone commented like envy is a feeling, and no, jealousy is a feeling, and envy is like a spirit, or I don't know. Anywho, I looked it up on Google, and jealousy is the being mad at someone for taking something you have. So if you have a man and you're jealous of another girl, that's because you're scared she can take what you have. Envy is this person has nothing to do with you. And they're just mad that you don't have to work as hard as they do. They're mad that you're getting all the things you want in life. That's envy, right? And this is envy. So protect yourself from envious eyes, evil eye protection. That you need to up your protection, guys, for sure. Because you're moving on to good things, and people around you are mad. Or just people in general. People walking down the street, your butt looking a little too good, they envy in that. Like, oh, how her butt looks so good. Like, you don't have to work so hard, you're getting all this money. Oh, I shouldn't have to work hard. Maybe you have pretty privileges, are people mad? And they're kind of like, oh, I'm out here, I gotta struggle and fight for everything that I have. It's giving, I'm sorry you have to do that, but what that got to do with me, bro? Like, that's the energy coming through here. Like, what does that got to do with me? You're literally minding your business and people are mad at you. It's giving that. But definitely protect yourself. And then here we have cycles and change. So things are changing, like as we said, as we proceed. Sorry. As we saw, but that song was coming through. As we proceed to give you what you need. Like that Biggie song was coming through. I think it's called Who Shot Ya? So somebody could be thinking about doing that. Just be careful, guys. I don't know. Maybe some of you are models, you're taking shoots or something. I don't know. But cycles and change. It's coming through. But literally, as we proceed to give you what you need, that's what's coming through for y'all, for sure. And then we have ships, which is directions and journey. And that's that Two of Wands energy, finally realizing where you're meant to go. And like I said, as you are moving forward, you're envisioning that thing and making steps toward it. You're not just sitting there laying in bed like, I wish I had this thing. No, you're actively working towards it. And that's why it's coming in, okay? And then for some of you, maybe you have already worked for it, and now that's why it's coming in, which is that Knight of Coins energy. You have already worked for it. The Seven of Coins, you have already set the seeds, and now it's just time for you to receive with the Ten of Cups. These are too many. Don't piss me off. Okay. Group 3, please, Spirit. Oh, God. We have, look, it was y'all reading. I know it was. I was talking about all them birds outside chirpity chirping, and you're going to be getting news and message or something. It had to have been your group. Let me know. I know it was. I'm pretty sure. I'm like, oh, this chirping and all this. No, that could have been group 2 because the birds weren't chirping that loud for you guys. Your reading started off really quiet. Some of y'all are for group 2. I'm pretty sure. But we have news and messages coming through. And this card has come through for every freaking reading. Somebody's watching all 3, maybe. We have opportunities at home. I don't know how y'all sit here and deal with me for a dang near 40 minutes for 3 videos if you're watching all 3. That's insane. Or maybe you left and came back. Either way, I appreciate you. Okay? I need more cards from here. I'll get 2 more. Ooh, look at that. I said something here about a divine counterpart coming through. We have King of Cups and Queen of Cups. So people are gossiping about you falling in love. They're talking about how you're... And I was talking about that kitty. Maybe for those of y'all, what would y'all call a man? That's like a... What is their thing called? The girls is a kitty cat. But the men, I don't know, a dog. Anyway, your dog is getting purred. Sorry, hold on. Your dog is getting pet and your kitty is going to be purring. That was like a mix up, okay? Maybe you're going to be having a mix up, mixed feelings. We have the pearl, hidden gem. So that's what energy is, like something hidden that you can't see is coming your way. And it's going to lead to like a lot of happiness and like things coming to light is what I feel like. One more card to make it even. But romance and sweetness. You just like been booed up, okay? That could be a thing. Why don't you give me odd numbers, bro? Here we have change and purity. And I love that because I was talking about the white that was coming through in the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So a pure change in love, in life, okay? And then we have the fish, abundance, and luck. That's also coming your way as well. And at the bottom, we'll do the bottom, challenges and achievements, just to make it even. Okay? And then I'm going to get a rune for you guys just to get the final message. Cycles and change, challenges and achievements. Overcoming for sure, news and messages. A pure change is coming your way. Romance and sweetness as well. That's what people are gossiping about. People can be gossiping about how they like you, they have a crush on you. And I'm trying to figure out how to come forward. Because I think the King of Cups is like someone who like knows how he feels. So they're kind of like, okay, I want to shoot my shot. Will they, you know, accept? Kind of energy. So a crush. Someone's a crush. Or like romantic feelings towards you. For those of you who are single, if you're in a connection and someone's feeling extra sweet on you, like I said, I'll get in that time in. Group 3, please. And then here we have the Burkano. And look at we have the rabbit. This, y'all know what rabbits represent. Don't piss me off here, okay? Y'all know what rabbits represent. Y'all get y'all freak on. Get your freak on. That could definitely be an energy, a gossip about people. Oh, she's sleeping with this person. She told me how you could be telling your friends, oh yeah, he turned me every way but loose. And the guys are telling their friends, oh yeah, she was doing this, she was doing that, da 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 da. Like that's a gossip. There's gossip around your intimate life coming through here, okay? So either you're telling people about it, your person's telling people about it, or people just seeing the sexual energy or potential between you and someone around you is another message that I just got. So we have the hair. I know they're going to say something here about fertility, so just know it's coming. I've read this before. Hopefully I don't need the book anymore for these dang runes. I've been trying to learn runes for years, but there's so many of them. I'm going to get there one day. Okay, it's at 34. This is not the one I'm looking for. Hey, don't push me off. 36, okay. So close and so far. That could be how you're feeling. Maybe some of you are like edging with someone where you guys are like kissing and making up, but making out. You could be making up with someone as well. But you guys haven't gone that far, but that's what they want from you. Okay, so the keywords are birth, sanctuary, fertility, life change with that change of purity, and secrets. So in the springtime, fertile and fecund. Mama hair brings forth an abundance of new life. So multiple kids could be a thing as well. Maybe some of y'all gonna be pregnant with twins or triplets or, you know, shoot. She is the great mother and fiercely protective. The timeless cycles of earth. And then we had moon and cycles. Oh, stop it. The timeless cycles of the earth flow through her generation after generation. Burkano holds within it the mature female wisdom of our mothers and our grandmothers. Burkano speaks of female fertility and also the safety of and shielded sanctuary of the womb. So that's that creation I was talking about. You could be like, in, like I said, hermit mode, creating something right now, which could be, are y'all some of y'all hiding your pregnancies, hiding a baby? Or about to give birth? And that's when the rest of your body becomes quite sensitive and you wearing that man down. Don't mind me. When this rune appears in a reading, there may be a birth of a child, an idea, or even a new goal. It's that Knight of Coins, starting from the beginning and starting a new journey. And then it says, in reverse, it didn't come out in reverse. Okay, so That's what I have for y'all, y'all. That's what the gossip is on y'all in the spirit realm and in the 3D. Y'all getting y'all freak on. Some y'all are pregnant. Some y'all are extra horny. Okay. All that good stuff. There's positive changes coming your way. Awakenings, births, romance and sweetness, messages, abundance, homes, new homes. Some of y'all moving into new homes, bigger homes, but changes upon you, and that's the tea. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you want to book your own reading, you could always do that using my email in the description box below. You could also join my memberships here on the channel if you feel like it, using the link in the description box below right above the timestamps. Okay, but if this reading resonated for you, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. Hype the reading, all that good stuff. It really helps. A good comment would help as well. Okay. Not just emojis. Say something. Say what you had for dinner. Okay, that engagement truly helps. I haven't been receiving that much engagement recently with comments. I'm realizing, and y'all just don't like me no more. Is that what it is? That's fine. We all grow out of things. It's okay. Okay. Anywho, hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. Don't forget me. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.